Hello and welcome back to Tommy's Top Shelf Comics. I'm Tommy, joined by Murphy.
Hello.
We're back with this week's top 5 comics for October 25th, 2023. They were next week's comics, but now it's this week, so they're this week's comics. And we picked out 6 comics.
It was such an easy week to pick it out that we couldn't stop.
So, and it'll make sense in a second because our number 5 this week is Radiant Black 26. The Catalyst War continues. The rules of engagement become clear. Marshall faces the first trial. The first half of a story that continues in Radiant Black 26.5.
Hey, connecting cover.
The Catalyst War continues. The rules of engagement become clear. Nathan faces the first trial. So we got Marshall. We got Nathan's side.
Yeah, I get the feeling that it's pretty much going to be the same issue from each of their perspectives.
I think it's going to be the same timeline. It's going to be happening around this at the same time, but from their whatever they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, either way, dude, this story is just picking up steam. Like 26 and a half issues in, and like I can't wait to see what happens with the Catalyst War stuff. And it's such a huge series that I don't think they can do any wrong. So get me 2 books in 1 week, man.
Absolutely. I saw it and I was like, wait, what? Another one.
Right, I was very confused.
I was like, is this the variant cover? No, this.
I also generally don't like the 0.5 structure.
Yeah, I don't either.
But I do like this.
It makes sense when there's a point for it. It's not, can we just sell another comic book? It's,
when they're like, all right, well, this one is going to be 25.LR, it's like, if it's like this, though, it makes perfect sense to have a decimal for your issue number.
Absolutely. But we'll move on to our number 4 this week. Dark Spaces, Dungeons, number 1.
So when a family moves from the busy city to the relaxing woods of New Hampshire, they're hoping to find a quiet rural life. Instead, the family discovers a terrifying secret, a twisted and terrifying dungeon on their property with a threatening message, "Tell no one." Now, the father will do anything to protect his family. Upon realizing anyone could be behind the depraved dungeon, fear and paranoia begin to take hold as he tries to discover the truth. Who can he trust, and just how far will he go to protect his family from the horrors of the dungeon? So this one, I mean, I'm very interested to see what this is, because it's Scott Snyder.
Yeah.
But it seemingly is just like, it seems like Dark Spaces is like his imprint almost on IDW.
And IDW, yeah. Like, or I don't think it's an imprint.
Not imprint. Imprint's the wrong word, but like, it's his like umbrella, everything in there. Like, he did the Wildfire, which doesn't seem like it's going to be anything like this.
I'm sorry, my cat just is playing hockey with something in the hallway, and is just
you can hear it.
Has gone all the way down the hall and is now making her way back. I'm just going to grab it 1 second.
What is it? A bottle cap?
Don't know what it is. Don't know where she found it. It's a little metal plastic something.
It's probably from one of your figures or something.
It's not.
Yeah. It's not from a mini?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah. It's from something. I will find out and figure it out. It'll be a mystery.
You're going to find out at the worst moment, too.
I know. It's like, oh, that's what that thing is. It seems important, but also decorative. So we'll see. But yeah, no, this seems super cool. I mean, he has his imprinted image with Best Press Jacket.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like this is kind of more of a
it's like an umbrella.
An umbrella, yeah. That's a good way of putting it. Of just kind of similar short horror stories.
I mean, it seems... Yeah, I mean, like, Wildfire wasn't super horror-y, Right. Wildfire was about them, like, they work on wildfires and they're robbing houses while people are gone. But this seems like way more dark.
Yeah.
Which I'm always down for.
Yeah.
Scott
I
Snyder
mean, it's
doesn't
Scott
let us
Snyder
down
director.
ever.
Yeah.
Even when he has like 16 books coming out a week, like he doesn't let us down.
And
so
yeah,
I'm definitely going to check this one out though.
even though some
The
have
art looks
ended.
pretty cool.
Even though some have ended. But moving on to our number 3 this week, we have Gone. Nothing is farther away than home. Gone, number 1. New series debut from Distillery by Jacques, writing and drawing a creator-owned project for the first time on an impoverished and distant planet where menial workers scratch out a living resupplying starships. The best place to be is gone. And that's exactly where 13-year-old Abby wants to be. Along with her street tough friends, Abby stows away on a colossal luxury space liner for a chance at a better life. Unbeknownst to her, some of her friends are not who they seem. Abby suddenly finds herself branded a saboteur as she desperately struggles to evade the ship's deadly crew and stay alive. Beautifully written and drawn by Jacques Eisner award-winning artist of Snow Angels and Batman One Dark Knight, Gone is an action-packed sci-fi adventure where a young heroine confronts betrayal, discovers her true allies, and fights against all odds, discovering that nothing is farther away than home. For fans of Andor and Hunger Games.
Distillery's first first ongoing title.
Super
We're
excited.
here at the start, people. The
Exciting
Devil's
stuff.
Cut was just a taste, and now they're actually going to be releasing their own books. I mean, and you get Jock writing and drawing the first one.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. He was the artist on or he did his first writing and drawn, I think it was his first only book, was the Batman One Dark Knight, which was good.
Yeah, I didn't realize he wrote that too.
Yeah, but
I thought he just did the art.
Yeah, he was very at the beginning of my Batman collecting when oh, now I'm blanking on it. No. What is it? Shoot, I just had it on the tip of my tongue.
I mean, it's a Batman. It's got to be a night.
Black
pun.
Mirror. Black Mirror. When Dick
Grayson
Grayson
is that Batman. When Dick Grayson takes over as Batman? Yeah. No, but I mean, this Distillery is I think they're gonna blow up. I mean, the people putting that company together, they're on our top 5 list every week. They're some of the biggest names in comics, and now they have just free reign. Like this is truly free reign, seemingly.
Yeah.
For them to do whatever they want. So this one's a huge one, I think.
Yeah.
I did miss out. I got a chance. There was a chance to get a issue of this with their next release as well at Comic-Con, but I just got there. By the time I got what I needed, I didn't get to any of the Distillery artists or writers booths to get it.
Dang.
So I definitely missed out. I'm not going to miss out on picking this one up, though.
No, absolutely not. But speaking of Scott Snyder,
now this
James
one isn't
Tynion.
Yeah, now we got Tynion.
Well, no, Scott Snyder was James Tynion's teacher.
Also Distillery founder.
A lot of crossover in our picks.
So we've got Universal Monsters, Dracula #1 coming in at #2. So miniseries premiere, the biggest names in comics resurrect the most iconic monsters. The Department of Truth creators James Tynion IV and Martin Simmons reteam for an extra-length miniseries about the monster who started it all. When Dr. John Seward admits a strange new patient into his asylum, the madman tells stories of a demon who has taken residence next door. But as Dr. Seward attempts to apply logic to the impossible, his surrogate daughter, Lucy, begins to fall under the spell of the twisted Count Dracula. Spooky season, man. Give us more spooky books.
Yeah.
This is such an interesting concept too, because like it seemingly is like a retelling of Bram Stoker's Dracula. So it's not like it's a fresh story. It's Dracula,
but it's
and
a new
it's
perspective.
supposed to. Yeah, so it's like it's an interesting concept. You give a dude like James Tynion, who pumps out horror books, like his mind is a dark, twisted place, and then you give him the, like they said, the guy, the monster of all monsters. It's Dracula. So, and then knowing that Simmons is doing the art, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I could find the article though I was reading that had like a breakdown of the other ones they're doing, because obviously you're going to have like Frankenstein and the werewolf and all that stuff. But I had seen a list of all the big names who are going to be doing these miniseries. I can't find it anymore. So if I find it, I'll post it on Instagram.
Cool. Yeah, I'm very excited for that. This whole kind of Universal Monsters reboot.
Well, it's also funny. These monsters, they've tried to make them into every medium like possible. they're like, we're gonna give you all, movies, and then they're like, no, we're done with the movie.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, we're gonna give them TV shows. They're like, no, we're not gonna give them a TV show. Now they're like, comic books. Watch this get like 2 issues, and then they're gonna be like, no, it'll be an odd.
We have covers up to 4. So. And it is a mini-series. It is just a mini-series, so this will probably
what's an extra length mini-series mean?
6?
Like instead of
8?
like 8? I feel like 6 is a good mini-series.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to see.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. But now, we have another image number 1.
Image number 1.
Edenwood, number 1. Series premiere. An eons-long series of multiverse wars between demons and witches has found Earth as its latest and final battleground. The battle pits Necronema, the ever-expanding demonic land that supplanted the Midwest 20 years ago, against Edenwood, the witchcraft-controlled land that acts as a barrier against the war zone and the rest of the U.S. Ryan. A young demon hunter is thrust into the role of hero and leader after defeating a magical demon called Gather. A transient demon with the power to cross any barrier or dimension. Summoned by the Witch War Council, Ryan must assemble an elite team of demon hunters tasked with annihilating a list of targets within the demon-controlled lands. The men and women he selects happened to be the most famous and revered demon hunters of all time, dating back to the 1700s.
I will say their use of capitals in that synopsis definitely made that tough to read.
Yes.
Because it's the war zone and the rest of the U.S.
Yep.
And then Ryan. Yeah. So I thought it was like a ship.
Nope.
Like the U.S. Ryan. But, hey, this seems like a pretty cool story. I mean, you can't go wrong with, extra-dimensional, multiversal wars and demons and witches.
No.
But, well, like we've talked about before, this is the book that Tony S. Daniel wanted to focus on that has now led to Noctera being on indefinite hiatus. Which anyone who watches our videos knows we love Noctera. But, I mean, in a time of creator-owned, written and drawn by, this is the time to do it. So,
I guess so.
If he's excited enough about doing it that, Noctera's got to end, then I guess I'll pick up this as my replacement. The pull list gotta stay,
That's what I am doing. I am doing that. I did pick this up. I'm very excited about this one.
It seems awesome. I mean, his art is so good too. I love seeing I'm interested to see how the story plays out compared to like the art. You know, when you write and draw it, I feel like you have so much more freedom to do whatever you want. So I'm definitely excited for this one.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
Does it have any sick covers? Yeah. The sketch variant's pretty cool.
I do like the sketch variant. I don't know. I think it'll be interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, I mean, it's Image. And I mean, when Tony S. Daniels worked with some great writers, I'm sure he knows how to write a book.
Yeah. And I do see that Noctera style in it though.
Yeah, you can see it in, I think, a lot in the colors.
Yeah.
Like on that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like the covers the colors really look very similar. Now, obviously, he's not the colorist, but
no,
like
it's the colorist from Rogue Sun, though.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I feel like it lends itself to that same type of like look.
Yeah.
But that's our top 5 for the week. Now, the one thing I did want to say, Spider-Man 2, people. Spider-Man 2. It's great. It's great. It's a dark, dark story. If you like a dark Spider-Man story, you need to go pick it up. I couldn't do an unboxing video for the statue because I was waiting for it to get there. They didn't ship it till Thursday. So I couldn't get the code early.
Oh no.
So like I first off thought about calling off work. Yeah. But then I was like, the shipping said it could get there anywhere between 8 a.m. and 7 p.m. I was like,
oh yeah. No.
If I take the whole day off and then it doesn't show up until 7, like whatever.
Yeah.
But so I got home and just like ripped it open so I could get the code and start downloading it.
Totally fair.
But dude,
totally
I'm like 5 hours into the story probably, and it's fantastic. It's just a super dark story, very reminiscent of like the Nick Spencer Hunted arc, where they're all in Central Park, like he's hunting like any animal themed.
That's neat.
Heroes and villains. So I'm getting those vibes off of it, but like in general, it's like what you want from a Craven story. It's just real dark. That's and cool. I feel like, Insomniac's they're able to do whatever they want, at this point.
It's their universe, yeah.
Yeah.
Not everything matters in Marvel.
That's true. Well, there are comic books for it, so
I know.
And he did show up in the Spider-Verse event.
Mm-hmm.
So it does matter.
What was it? Yeah, I'll probably pick it up when it comes to PC eventually.
Yeah. That'll probably be like 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Something like that.
It'll be fine. I'll hear about it from you.
Yeah, just come to Pittsburgh for a couple days. We'll just knuckle down, start it from the beginning. It's fine.
Fair. Deal, I'm in. Cool. So, well, that does it for this week's top 6 comics of the week.
top
they were 5.5. They were this week's comics. Next week they'll be last week's comics, because next week we'll be talking about this week's comics, which are this week's comics, next week's comics. So until then, we'll catch you guys later.